Hello everyone, welcome to my channel or welcome back. My name is Élana Camille, illustrator, artist, and planner sticker shop owner. And today I'm going to be setting up my Hobonichi weeks for the upcoming week. And I'm really excited to share this layout with you. This week I'm going for a snowy, wintry theme because the weather has been a major inspiration. At least where I live, there has been a ton of snow. So that's going to kind of tie in with my setup for this week. I'm going to use one of my fashion girly stickers, and I'm also going to be pairing it with my go-to washi tape from Kitta. Now, if you've been following along, you'll know that I'm trying out different layouts every week this month to get comfortable and find the perfect setup for 2025. I don't know about perfect necessarily, but at least a setup that I can stick with to kind of have some consistency with this planner. So let's jump right in and let's see what works for this week. So to start, I'm just going to add the washi tape that I chose for this week. I'll take 2 from there, put that to the side. I really do love this washi tape and the way that it's set up. Let's see how that works. Oh, it's still a little bit transparent, but that's okay. Still gonna put it down there anyway. That's all right. I wasn't actually expecting it to be quite so transparent. I'm just trying different things out. That's the whole purpose of December in this Hobonichi weeks. It's to try things out and see what I like and what I don't like. And then next up we have, I was debating between this illustration and this illustration just because I feel like they're the most wintry from the sticker sheet. And I settled on this one because I have, I don't know, right around this time of year, I'm wearing my Uggs a lot, so that's really what inspired this. And I also have the coat as well. These stickers I'll use a little bit later with the ice skates and snowflakes and such, and the cup of whatever warm drink you like to drink. For me, it's apple cider or hot chocolate. Those are my 2 main favorites for the winter season. As I mentioned in previous videos, I'm going to be experimenting with different layouts every week this month. So this week I'm keeping it simple, but I'm adding a few tweaks based on what worked the previous weeks and adding some new elements to the overall spread. So on the left-hand side, you'll see once it's all set up, of course, but I'll just give you a little preview. I will have my tasks and events on the left-hand side here. Meal planning will go back onto this page here. And then right next to it, because I really have been enjoying adding the weather to my weekly spreads, we'll go into a kind of smaller column right next to the meal planning. And then on the grid side, I will have my social media and social content posts listed here. My habit tracker is going to go to the top, goals to follow, an overall this week task list, and then any notes or groceries that I end up writing down or thinking about during the week will go on the bottom here. So that does kind of change the layout slightly, or a lot actually, from previous weeks. So we're going to try it out and we're going to see. Of course, I'm going in with my pencil because I just like to see everything kind of set up in pencil before I put pen to paper. So that's what that column is going to look like for the weather. And then over here we have social posts and content. I do like that they have this line kind of bolded for the grid page. To be honest, when I had a Hobonichi weeks in 2023, I didn't really pay attention to things like this because I was mainly using it as a journal and a memory keeper. But now that it has a more functional purpose for me, I do pay attention to all of these little things throughout the design of like the foundational design. I don't know what you want to call it, but like the main design of the weekly layout, I do pay attention to all of those details. I still haven't figured out which is my favorite pen to use in this, by the way. Okay, so I'm going to start off with my habit tracker section. As I mentioned in a previous video, I was habit tracking in my personal rings planner prior to this, but now I've completely moved it over to my Hobonichi, which I love. And as I was saying, I haven't quite figured out what pen I want to be using with this. I think I do need to find, this is a fine point fountain pen, a Lamy fine point fountain pen, and while it works, it's perfectly fine. I would like to try something that is a little bit finer, so an extra fine point, just to see the difference, because I feel the need to write very small in these layouts, which is not a problem, but I do want to test out a few different pens. I do have a Muji fine point, so it's a 0.38. Actually, it's right here. Nope, that's 0.7. This is the 0.38. Yeah, so this is a 0.38 pen. I will probably use it to line out my different sections. But for actual writing on a day-to-day basis, on a weekly basis, this is the pen that I prefer. And I really did have a very interesting start with this pen as well, because I didn't have the best start with it. It kind of would work for a little bit and then stop working, and I would clean it over and over and over again. I went into another pen shop. I asked, and they said, well, maybe it's the ink. So I tried a different ink, and that seems to have done the trick. I haven't had to really do a lot of fleshing out of it. So maybe it was just old ink that I had received. I'm not sure. So far, so good with using this pen. As of late, anyway. I don't want to jinx it, but it's been great so far. All right, so the habit tracker section is done. Oops. Now I'm going to go back to pencil. I'm going to give myself a little wiggle room there, just in case I do want to add a few more things to my habit tracker section for this week. Next up is my this week section. I'm not going to add, I don't know, I kind of have been going back and forth using highlighters in this planner and not using highlighters. I find that when I use highlighters and then I write on top of them, the ink really tends to bleed a bit no matter what pen I use. So I'm not really jazzed about using highlighters at the moment in this planner. Maybe a later week I'll try it again, but for this week I'm going to not use any highlighters for my layouts. Okay, so I'm going to I'm just trying to keep everything super simple for this week. And because I have a rough idea of what my tasks are for the overall week, but oh, you know what? I totally said I was going to put goals first and then my overall task list, but that's okay. You know what? They can be combined into one section. That's perfectly fine. Maybe next week I will try again with the original layout that I had wanted. Let's see. So like I said, I'm going to skip putting down goals, and I'm going to combine this week and goals because they're more or less the same for me. And then I will add the notes section and groceries down here. Although I'm wondering if I should use the sticker again like I did in the previous week. I'm gonna have to make a decision and just go with it. Maybe what I'll do is I'll just split the two because I don't, however, this is the week before the holidays start and definitely know there's going to be different recipes that are going to have to be shopped for. Also, side note, I did not pre-plan for this week. I just was kind of going into it with an idea of what I wanted to do and then just going for it. So what you're hearing on camera, what you're seeing on camera is me literally planning out as I go. Usually for these videos, I find it easier if I have pre-planned a general idea, but I just kind of jumped into filming while creating this week's spread. So let's just go with it. Let's just go with it. All right, I'm just going to commit to notes and groceries. And that is what it will be. One thing I also find that I have to be careful of is smudging with this pen, because in a couple times in previous weeks I was writing and I guess I didn't wait long enough, or I moved my hand while writing and all of a sudden there was a smudge. Not fun, not fun. Okay. So I do have stickers from a planner that I bought a few years ago that are like social media stickers, and I already know which days I'm going to have videos out on YouTube, usually Tuesdays and Fridays, sometimes Saturdays, depends, but I'm going to, let's just test this out and see. Yeah, that's fine. That's pretty good. Yeah, so with the social media section, like I said, I know what days I have videos going out, and then the other days are more like just if there's any kind of high level things that I need to make sure that I post about, then I'll make sure to highlight them there. Otherwise, it will be somewhat of a daily schedule to follow. Different things, Pinterest and Instagram. Over here. Oh no, see, that's not what I want. I don't know why my pens are doing this. Oops. Okay, now that the layout is done, I'm going to add in a couple more stickers, just these snowflake ones, and maybe even this cup of apple cider, hot chocolate, what have you. That can go down there. Oops. I'm definitely not the most delicate when I take stickers off, and I really should be. I think this one can go, oh, let's see. I don't know. This one is a little bit of a larger sticker, so I guess we can layer over top. All right. I do feel like I want one up here because there really isn't anything up here. But I also have to make sure that it fits because I don't want it to start falling off the page. Ooh. Am I ready to commit to it there? I don't think so. There we go. Okay. And maybe I will add in, gosh, the snowman's kind of cute. Let's add that. Top there. This will that fit. Okay, so this week's layout turned out exactly how I hoped. It has a nice balance between functionality and creativity, and if you've watched my previous videos, you'll know that that is my mantra for this planner for my Hobonichi weeks. It's simplicity and functionality with added creativity, and I think I achieved that with this layout for this week. Now, I think also for this time of year, it's cozy and it just feels perfect for this time of year. So I'm very, very happy with that. Now, being able to experiment with these little changes each week has been a really fun way for me to figure out what truly works for me in this planner as I finalize my setup for 2025. And honestly, I think that's one of the best parts of planning. It's trying new things, finding what fits, and making it your own, and also meeting yourself where you're currently at in life. I think bringing all those things together really helps you to figure out what you need out of a planner and helping you to achieve your goals through planning. So let me know in the comments, what's inspiring your planner spreads this month? Are you experimenting with layouts as well? I'd love to hear all about it. If you enjoyed this video, please give it a thumbs up, subscribe for more planner and journaling content, and hit the bell so you don't miss any upcoming videos. Thanks so much for watching, and I will see you next time. Bye.